is Dr. Eric Fishman with EHR-TV, and we have the pleasure today of speaking with Stanley Freeman, Digital Technical Specialist for the Audio Division, Olympus Imaging America. And Stanley's going to speak with us about a number of input devices, such as the DS5000 and your new Direct Track. So, Stanley, let's start with how long have you been with Olympus?
I've been with Olympus, Dr. Fisherman, for the last 5.5, almost 6 years now.
And so you've seen a number of new products coming out, and the DS5000 was a new product once upon a time, still obviously an industry leader as an input device for physicians, and with the push to electronic health records, obviously it's an important input device, and we'll get to talk about that in a few moments. But let's start with the Direct Track, which is a brand new item, and tell us why it is that you believe that this is an ideal input device for physicians who are using an electronic health record.
Sure. Let me first say that this is our second generation of the direct recording devices. We had some positive feedback from our first generation, and the specialist fields like technicians and the doctors enjoy using it. But we had some improvements that was suggested to us to make on the devices. Such
as what type of improvements are there between the first and second series?
The design of the casing itself.
What's it made out of?
It's a hard plastic,
okay.
Very durable. All right. The design makes the device more comfortable in your hand when you hold it. It gives you more power. You get more control when using it. We increased the buttons. All right, we made it larger.
So I see these F1, F2, F3. That would be a function button.
That's correct.
Tell me how those work.
All right, you can program these buttons to use the device with your current software. If you're not using like a generic software, you can actually use the SDK program that you can request from us.
Okay.
All right, and once it's approved, you can use that to program the 4 function buttons to associate with the programs.
Is that a process that a physician would do, that an IT director at a medical practice, or that?
It's more of an IT function.
Okay, and how long would it take? You say a prototypical 10-physician office, they're using any of the various electronic health record products that are here in the hall at MGMA today, and they need to program this to work just the way the physicians want it to work. How big a process is that?
Well, once you have the SDK program, it won't take you that long at all. It's very simple. It's self-explanatory, and you can just assign the buttons the way you want to assign it.
Can I take a look at this? So we've got a record button here for start-stop, a reverse and fast-forward, and like I said, the 4 function buttons and a trackball. So this can be used both as a microphone to be speaking, and I think you know that we like to talk about speech recognition, so this is compatible with the speech recognition products. It has a slide switch, and I understand there's an optional push button, and then you've got various functions.
Right.
Do you think that it speeds up a physician's documentation processes?
That's the whole purpose of it. I mean, with all the things that a doctor has to do, technicians have to do in the medical field, they don't want anything that's complicated. They want something that's simple and something that will assist them instead of hurt them. So,
that's for sure.
Yeah. So yes, this will definitely speed up the process. It's very easy to use.
Very well. Let's talk about the DS5000 for a moment.
Sure. The DS5000, as you very well know, is our flagship of our digital recorders.
And, you know, in all due respect, that's an expensive recorder, and you can go online, you can go to any of the computer stores and buy them for tens of dollars. Physicians all over the country are buying these for hundreds of dollars. What type of functionality does it have that makes it worth the hundreds of dollars that a physician will spend to have this in their hand instead of a much less expensive?
The biggest thing in the medical field is security.
Okay.
This device gives you the opportunity to encrypt the files.
And so it's HIPAA compliant. It's able to transmit information securely.
That is correct.
Okay.
All right.
And what other features does it have that would be helpful for a physician?
You can program the function buttons.
Okay.
All right. We have 2 types of the DS5000. We have the DS5000, which I'm holding in my hand, and the DS5000 ID. You can use the barcode on both of them.
Okay.
But the 5000 ID gives you an added security option to allow you to use biometric feature on it. So on the back of it, it has a location where you can scan your fingerprint.
So there are 2 different 5000 series, and one of them is the 5000 ID that has biometric fingerprint capabilities for the physician. So if somebody picks up the recorder and there may be some protected health information on it already, a third party won't be able to just start listening and adding to it.
Absolutely. And you can encrypt the file within the device itself, because if you notice, the device uses an SD card.
Okay.
You can take that out and
This is a pretty standard, this is not an Olympus proprietary card.
that's correct.
Okay, very good.
All right. So you can take that and actually encrypt the files on the card itself, so that if the card is missing from the device, you don't have to worry about files being accessed.
Very good. And once the physician has dictated one or more records on the DS5000, how do they get into the electronic health record?
You have a software that comes with this device.
Okay.
All right. It's called the DSS Player Pro,
Okay.
Release 5. You can use that software to actually download the files from the device to your computer and then implement it within your filing process. The other function that this device can provide you, along with the 5000 ID, is an added feature, an added accessory called a barcode scanner.
And that will allow you to get the patient ID from a scan that might be on the radiology folder or on the chart.
That is correct.
And that probably speeds up the input and prevents loss of data integrity. You know what patient you're talking about.
Exactly.
Wonderful.
Exactly. And those are the key features of this device.
Stanley, I want to say thank you very much. I appreciate it. And we've got the Direct Trek and the Olympus 5000, and those look like two very nice products.
And I'm glad you gave me an opportunity to talk about it.